Coming up on Discover Oklahoma, close encounters at Lost Creek Safari in Stillwater. Skeet shooting for anyone, adults, kids, or beginners. A goat farm that offers a 3D experience, a rural museum dedicated to making poetry fun, and lunch at Granny's where you won't go home hungry. That and more coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
Hello from Stillwater. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm DINO, LALLI. Are you ready for one of the more amazing stories that we've ever brought you? Well, buckle in.
The movie I Bought a Zoo has nothing on this true life tale behind the exotic animal park where we are today.
My brother committed here for wrestling, and then after that I figured I would go to Oklahoma to see what it was like, and I went once, and then after that I committed here, or not committed, I decided to come here as well.
Trent and his brothers Trevor and Travis keep Lost Creek Safari and all of its animals healthy and ready to meet visitors. I guess you could say animals run in the family.
I grew up in Jersey, like I said, and we always had animals in the house. I always had different kinds of exotic birds. My brother did fish, he did reptiles. We basically did everything from rehomings to rescues to rehab. We kind of just did it all.
And that's how 3 college students, with the support of their parents, ended up buying a zoo.
We came to look into buying one of the exotics because most of the animals were for sale. And then we realized that the whole place was for sale, and we were interested in buying it, and it only took us about 2 or 3 more visits, and we realized that this is what we wanted to do. So then we purchased the place, and it was just perfect. Everything just laid out perfectly in line with our lives, and we just decided to do animals full time because we already basically were.
When you come visit, you'll see everything from kangaroos and a camel to peacocks and parakeets.
The main thing that makes us different from everyone else is that you actually get to interact and feed the animals instead of just look at them from a distance. You'll actually get to love on the animals and they'll love on you back, which is basically the best part about this place. It's more of an experience than it is anything.
I'm not actually super comfortable around animals, but these are all so sweet. They helped me get over the hump and learn to enjoy being around them. And it's all because 3 brothers and their family bought a zoo.
You won't be able to interact with animals like these in this way anywhere else in the world. They're just so loving and sweet. And if you go anywhere else in the world, the animals will not give you this much love as they do here. And that's just because all the people here, the community has given these animals so much love that they just want to return it back. And that's the main reason you got to come here, is just to see these animals and be able to interact with them. I know this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now. There's nothing else in the world I would rather be doing. I never thought I would do it, but once I was doing it, I just realized that it was just all easy for me, which is just amazing, and just seeing these animals every day is just the best thing ever, and I don't think there could be anything better than this.
As a joke, the former owners left them a copy of the movie We Bought a Zoo.
I've watched that movie over 1,000,000 times, and I always used to watch it when I was little, and I always say that would be the coolest thing ever to be able to buy a zoo, and here we are.
What a cool backstory, and there are so many sweet animals to meet here.
Reporter Deanne Stein and photographer Chris Cook discovered another location where you can get cozy with critters.
It's the Bearded Doe Company at Page Farms in Coyle.
Back up. Back up.
This is where Natalie Page feels right at home, out on her farm in Coyle, surrounded by goats.
They're my kids before my kids. Come on, Nita, we'll take you. Whenever I go out to the barn, I get a lot of emotional benefit from being around the goats.
A warm and fuzzy feeling she has turned into a business.
We want to share what we get from our goats with other people.
So each spring, she opens up the Manor House barn for her popular Sip and Snuggle events.
People say that goats are a mix between horses and dogs, so you get the sort of stoicness that a horse has and the goofy lovability of a dog, like these 2 guys. This guy's very ornery. He's been ornery since birth, and this guy's a little sweetheart.
The Saturday snuggling attracts visitors young and old, all ready to love on these cute little baby goats. When the Sip and Snuggle events end, you can still come out to the farm and take a class, like Milk the Goat, Take the Soap.
They come out and they just hang out for the evening and make soap and learn how to milk a goat.
Milk a goat? That couldn't be difficult at all, right?
It's a flat pinch too.
Okay.
So you want to
right there?
pinch flat.
Oh,
like
a pinch
that.
there first, and then my
you'll
fingers.
Sort of, yeah.
Luckily, Natalie walked me through the entire process.
And you want to get it way back in there.
Oh, I think that's too far up.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. You'll get the yeah. It's definitely
Oh,
practice.
you kind of get the feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a technique to it. Well, yay.
You milk to go.
After you collect the milk, it's filtered and then used to make soaps, lotions, and other products.
Get to choose whatever, cute little mold they want, whatever scent they want. We have a whole table of essential oils we set out, and they get to customize and make, whatever they choose.
Then you leave the 3-hour class with your soap or lotion and a recipe to do it on your own. If you're looking for a kid-friendly class, they also offer Learning with Goats, perfect for kids of all ages.
They come out and we do a presentation on goats. They get hands-on, they get to feel their udders and their hooves.
And for me, I got a bonus, a taste of all my hard work.
Cheers.
Okay. It's warm milk, but it tastes good. It tastes like milk.
Yeah, tastes like milk.
And that's a day at the goat farm. At the Bearded Doe Company in Coyle, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
Sip and Snuggle is over for this year, but you can still sign up for classes and buy goat milk-based products from the Bearded Doe Company at Page Farms. Find their website at travelok.com/sipandsnuggle.
When we come back, we have more animals to meet here at Lost Creek Safari.
And if you want to make a weekend of your trip to Stillwater, we got you covered. With a classic cafe OSU students love, and you will too.
Plus a darling bed and breakfast tucked away into the woods in Stillwater.
And later, I'll try my hand at skeet shooting in Guthrie. We'll be right back with more of Discover Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is open. From salt plains to hilltops, more miles of Route 66 with all its iconic stops. Stay a weekend or a week, there's a million ways to play. Dive in or keep your distance. Travel okay, your way.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We are at Lost Creek Safari in Stillwater.
We are feeding the fallow deer. It is one of the kids' favorite spots to come when they come here to Lost Creek Safari. And if you like rural settings like this one, we've got the perfect B&B for you.
That's probably the nicest thing about having a bed and breakfast. You meet the nicest people because they actually seek us out.
And who wouldn't seek out this beautiful and stylish bed and breakfast? Tucked away in a wooded area surrounded by cottonwood trees, this B&B is literally 5 minutes from the OSU campus. What's here are 8 extremely comfortable, alluring, beautifully decorated, and rather dapper rooms.
They're all queen-size beds, so everybody will get the same bed and the same breakfast. So we have a deluxe and a standard room, and that's what they ask about are the size of the rooms and the location. So as everything else, it's location, location, location.
This location is quite relaxing and peaceful as you're greeted by a large cottonwood out in front when you turn in.
But we have 13 acres here, so it goes all the way back to the creek as you crossed over that bridge coming up here. There is a walking trail out there, so it's kind of nice to get up in the morning, do a little bit of walk. It's a little over a mile, and it has the privacy of that nice tree, like you say, the trees that are surrounding the B&B itself.
My family has stayed here since my freshman year of college. I go to Oklahoma State, so I'm a senior now. So it's been 4 years, and they always come here because they love it, and so I come and stay with them when they visit.
When you come in, we always have fresh home-baked cookies. Each room has Wi-Fi and a television, and we have just normal cable. There is hot and cold water for hot tea or hot drinks. We have complimentary soft drinks as well. When we have a large amount of people, I'll make breakfast casseroles. And so that'll either be savory or sweet, always with either scrambled eggs or hash browns, fresh fruit, as well as coffee and fresh juice in the morning. So they get a full breakfast.
The decor inside has been described as rustic modern. Now the inside of the house is Gail's domain, and her husband Duke's domain, who by the way built this B&B, is the outside. Gail and Duke work hard to provide their customers with a memorable, comfortable stay or that getaway that they've been longing for and for their regulars. That's obvious when they walk in the door.
What I like is they come in, I'm home. They walk in, he says, I'm home, and they know exactly what, they usually get the same rooms, and they'll go right to their room.
It's right here in Stillwater, and I promise you'll feel right at home at the Cottonwood Inn. Now, despite feeling like a country manor, Cottonwood Inn is on McElroy, one of the main drags in Stillwater, so it's easy to get to. More info is easy to get to as well at travelok.com/cottonwoodinn.
And in downtown Stillwater, there's a little hot pot restaurant where reporter videographer Casey Kennedy says you might want to dip in.
Have this guy do it.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Next and sake, bot.
Oh, okay. We are here for my sister's birthday, and it's the first time we've been here or ever done anything like this before.
And you're done?
We're in downtown Stillwater on 10th Street. We are a shabu shabu restaurant. So we bring out raw meat and vegetables, and you cook it yourself at your table in pots of boiling broth.
Yeah, that one take a little bit longer. That one you can, like that one is a sushi grade. You can cook it a little bit longer.
We are reservation only. Shabu shabu is Japanese for swish swish. So that's why it's called that, because you're swishing the food around in the broth to cook it. We have beef, chicken, seafood. We have lots of different kinds of veggies and noodles. Everyone seems to love it. People are very enthusiastic about it, especially because it's so different from other places, super tasty. It's a really unique experience, really interactive, and so a lot of people have fun with it. And we are the only shabu shabu restaurant in Stillwater and one of the few in Oklahoma. So a lot of people drive long distances to come here.
Tokyo Pot is just off Main Street in downtown Stillwater. You can scoop up the details at travelok.com/Tokyo Pot. Now we're not done yet, not by a long shot.
And that's exactly where I'm taking you next.
Oh.
We're going skeet shooting in Guthrie, so would it be out of character for me to say it was a blast?
Or for me to say, just shoot me now? Wait, not until we taste the fare of our Stillwater restaurant, one that makes Granny proud. Back with more in 90 seconds.
Adventure is calling. It's just around the corner, from sunrise to sunset and border to border. There's so much in Oklahoma, from landscapes to cuisine. Stories still unfolding, spellbinding and serene. Don't keep it to yourself. Spread the joy around. Remind your friends and neighbors there's wonder to be found. Go boldly or cautiously. Plan a day trip or book a stay. Your journey, your style. Travel okay, your way.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma.
We are at the Parakeet Encounter here at Lost Creek Safari, and as you can tell, they're like me. They're actually really hungry.
I love these snacks.
They're actually having a wonderful time, and I think there's nothing as sweet as a parakeet.
Well, wow, you're awfully poetic today. You'll love our next stop. Aaron Christie and videographer Chris Cook have turned up a lyrical trove in Locust Grove, the rural Oklahoma Museum of Poetry.
The name's too long to haiku, but the Rural Oklahoma Museum of Poetry is a new resident on Locust Grove Main Street, sort of.
Many of us have a resistance to poetry. Part of it is, I think, some ways that it was taught in school, or the fact that people just automatically assume you have to have some special wisdom or knowledge to know or to understand poetry, or to write it even, or to read it, and that's not true.
Founder Sean Perkins started it in her dad's old shop on family property 10 years ago, and they recently moved to this bigger spot.
Yeah, we're a lot more visible, and I'm able to do a lot more things here than I was in the one room that we existed in.
Sean jokes she started the museum because no one stopped her.
And I'd always kind of been attracted to like Route 66, little roadside attraction museums, little funky, crazy places.
Visitors can find everything from a collection of antique autograph books to an exhibit on the 19th Amendment on women's voting rights.
Girls can choose their life they want to live. Women can live anywhere they want to. They can have fun in their life.
Visitors are encouraged to write poems or messages and stick them on the wall, even if it's just dog.
I think that proves poetry does not have to be intimidating.
No,
right?
Not at all. It's the image. It's the picture that you get in your head that you're able to put down into words, and then somebody else can get that picture in their head too.
In the back, there's an exhibit dedicated to writing poetry about Oklahoma wildflowers. One part of it some might find a little haunting.
I love creepy dolls. And oh, this wildflower is called the doll's eye. Yes, it looks like doll's eye. So we had to do a whole creepy exhibit about the doll's eye flower.
Sandy Burford is a volunteer who says Sean is a great asset to the community.
I just enjoyed, you know, the art part of it. I'm not artsy or crafty, but she brings it out of you.
If you catch Sean at the museum, she promises to write you a poem in a minute.
There we go. I think that was under a minute.
50 seconds.
Oh, good. You were timing me. Excellent.
Just give her a couple of words to use. We chose Discover Oklahoma. We come to see what there is to see in this place of wind and sun and fire wheel and love growing out of dust. We come to discover Oklahoma and discover ourselves and be free in the oaky spring. Beautiful! At the Rural Oklahoma Museum of Poetry in Locust Grove, I'm Erin Christie for Discover Oklahoma.
Find out how and when to visit by going to travelok.com/ROMP for Rural Oklahoma Museum of Poetry.
So we went from the parakeet encounter, now we're with the black and white ruffed lemur.
All right, if I could write a poem in 50 seconds, I'd have to have something that rhymes with lemur.
I've got it.
Okay.
There once was a lemur who was a dreamer. He drove a beamer.
All right, well, we're going to work on that. In the meantime, let's go to Guthrie, where I enjoyed a day of skeet shooting, and you can too. At Silverleaf Shotgun Sports, videographer Brian Boone shot the story.
They call Silverleaf Shotgun Sports 160 acres of fun, and why wouldn't they? This is a place that combines several shooting activities, all of which equal an outdoor adventure and offers plenty of excitement.
We have skeet, international skeet, wobble trap, 5-stand, sporting clays. And when I say sporting clays, I'm talking 3 championship grade courses. When it comes to a shotgun out here, we have almost every discipline. And then we just did also open a 3D archery experience out here as well last month.
And don't be afraid if you've never done this before. Look, I haven't been skeet or trap shooting in a very long time, and I'll show you what happened when I gave it a shot, if you'll pardon the pun. But there are courses covering all skill levels here.
We have 3 different courses for our sporting clays: bronze, silver, and gold, all set to different difficulties, obviously bronze being the easiest, gold being the hardest. And we have also several other beginner stations out here, so if you're getting maybe a youth shooter introduced to the sport, need the same target over and over, we can accommodate that for you guys as well.
How difficult is it to hit a clay target flying across the sky? Well, I remember a quote that says, "They're not hard to hit, but they sure are easy to miss." That's what I was thinking about as I stepped up to give it a try, one of the 87 different clay target machines.
When
you're ready, on your call, Dino.
All ready? Pull.
Look at that, natural, good shot.
Did I really get that lucky on the first take?
And I got lucky 6 out of 8 times, in fact.
Nice, good shot.
I'll take it.
Man, it was fun seeing that target explode like a ceramic firework dusting the ground with different colored shards. Silverleaf is about several things, of course fun, but also camaraderie and enjoying the outdoors.
I like shooting, and yes, very much, to be outside, and this is a super course.
Well, I love to be outside. It's kind of like golf, you know, but you got several courses. It's good exercise. You can walk to every station, or you can ride, whichever one is convenient for you, depending on your abilities.
Silverleaf has the ability to host all kinds of small or large events and gatherings. We're talking from 20 to 400 plus people who can use the different pavilions on their property. Now, this place is a full-service operation and a wonderful staff ready to help you. Now, Zach shot 3 years as a member of Team USA's Junior Olympic team, and getting to pass along his love of the sport to others is the best part of his job.
I get to see whether it's a youth shooter or maybe a husband that's bringing his wife out for the first time, when their face lights up and they break that target, or maybe I'm doing a lesson and helping out a youth shooter and they just broke that target for the first time. That to me is so rewarding.
I thoroughly enjoyed my time at Silverleaf Sports, so I hope you'll give it a shot as well. Find out at travelok.com/Silverleaf.
Up next, we're going to a cafe in Stillwater.
The students love it for the prizes, but everybody loves it for the food. We'll be back with the delicious details. There you go. You want some more?
The free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide is your North Star, lighting your way to jaw-dropping beauty and heart-pumping adventure. Order or download yours today at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma and Lost Creek Safari in Stillwater. This place is owned by 3 OSU students and their family.
And as you can tell right now, I'm holding a baby kangaroo named Remy, who all of a sudden is camera shy.
And I've got a baby wallaby named Elsa.
This has been a wonderful experience. If you've never been here, you need to check it out. But we do have one last stop to make in Stillwater. It's a place that's been there for decades. Granny's Kitchen on South Main. Videographer Tommy Evans and I found it to be darn tasty.
Granny's Kitchen in Stillwater has been serving up delicious food consistently to its loyal customers for almost 60 years. That should tell you a lot right there. So what are they indeed serving up?
Breakfast and lunch, everything from the scratch. We famous with cinnamon roll, homemade biscuit, chicken fried steak, fresh cut hamburger meat, fresh cut chicken fried steak, fresh cut steak too.
I've eaten here many times over the years, and what stands out is not only the top quality of their food, but their service. They go the extra mile with everything, even the bacon they serve.
We're very picky about the quality here. Example, the bacon we have in a special cut bacon just for Granny's Kitchen. It's a thick cut pecan smoked bacon.
Their top-selling breakfast items include the Cowboy Breakfast, which has a ton of food. Another is called the Nasty Granny, and then there's the Skillet.
The skillet having a potato covered with onion, green pepper, and mushroom, and with cheese. And we're having the eggs, and we're having a bacon, sausage, or ham with a side of pancake or homemade biscuit and toast.
Their lunch menu also has several standouts, including their half-pound burger.
It's a fresh cut, never frozen, and people like it, and it's very big.
And then everyone's favorite.
And of course, the chicken fried steak. We're having a 16-ounce homemade breaded chicken fried steak.
As for the chicken fried steak breading,
it's a flour, salt, and pepper. Like I told you, if it's good, don't change it. It's very simple. It's the secret is the steak, is the piece of meat. If you're getting a good piece of meat, why you want to cover it?
Mo says 2 secrets to their success is getting the best cut of meat you can get, and when it comes to seasoning, less is more.
We don't put any seasoning else besides salt and pepper. That's it.
This man's mom started Granny's Kitchen. His family had success with the restaurant, and Muhammad is continuing that today. Mr. Rain says, here's what you're missing if you don't eat here.
You're missing a good quality, down-to-earth food. It's not frilly, but it's very filling, very good tasting, and top quality.
You get your money's worth. That's why the college kids love this place. I have 2 grandchildren that attended college here. They didn't have a lot of money, and they come here because they know they're going to get their money's worth.
This student also ate regularly at the previous location, and today he's here.
So I'm a college student here at OSU, and the food is cheap, it's affordable, and it's great, honestly. Like I devoured my food, and there's no way I'm eating until later on today. It's great food.
It all comes back to the consistent high quality of the food and the service. It's all about consistency.
First of all, the food is excellent. Everything's fresh and it's reasonable. The service is excellent.
Granny's Kitchen is open 7 days a week for breakfast and lunch. You can find a link to their website at travelok.com/grannies.
And while you're at travelok.com, click on free brochures to get your copy of the Discover Oklahoma Destination Dining Guide. It'll arrive by mail in about 2 weeks, and it's free.
Coming up next week, we'll be trying on one of the hottest fashion trends, classic sneaks. Meet the James Beard award-winning chef behind 3 of Oklahoma City's top restaurants, and sample seafood at Off the Hook, which fans say is so good it qualifies for a new name.
But it should be off the chain.
See you next Saturday at 6:30.
And a big thank you to the folks here at Lost Creek Safari for hosting us this week.
It's really easy to eat, stay, and play in Stillwater. We hope we've given you lots of good ideas, but if you need some more, just head to travelok.com and search Stillwater. So until next time, remember,
there's always something hopping to discover
in Oklahoma State.